You know, you're going on the field trip, and we'll talk about that. I know Caesar's coming. I don't know if anyone else is coming. So we'll give everybody another minute. Because it's Monday.
I can post a field trip notification on the Facebook group.
Yeah, you need to do that, honey. Jeremy, how did the open house go yesterday?
Only one person came. It was at the very end.
Damn.
10 minutes to 12. I was so tired. I went to a concert Saturday night and didn't get home until like 2 in the morning. And I was sitting there at like 9. And I'm like looking at my computer, like if somebody walks in right now, they're gonna think I'm wasted. I was so tired. But they there's a church right down the road, and I thought, well, maybe if I can get people to leave church.
Rhonda's birthday.
But it's a pretty expensive house, and it's pretty quirky. The only feedback I got, I was gonna say back feed, and I knew that wasn't right, was about the floors. Have you seen it? Have you been inside? There's like seven different floorings in the first floor.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So
Jeremy, I'm only gonna say this because it's us. And everybody in this room loves me, and you don't talk. I think it should be listed at, you wanna tell me the honest truth? I think
$399 is what
I was gonna say $299.
Oh, really? The only reason why I say that is because like it's a unique place. It's the only, but it needs
Which
so many
house is
updates. The one I think you did an open house there.
No,
Which
she
one?
didn't.
513 up on Starkey Road, 700 Starkey Road. It's a condo.
No.
Oh, who did it? I heard somebody talking about it the last.
Oh, it was Linda Fellows went with Debbie the first time.
Oh, I don't know who Linda Fellows is. So, but I could have sworn I heard somebody talking about it. It was nice, but
Well, the problem is it's huge.
yeah.
Thank you.
It's actually the builder did it. When he was building that whole place, he took 2 condos and put them together for
Oh,
himself.
I heard about that.
But first of all, I mean it's on a golf course, but it's not a fancy dancy golf course. But it's off of Starkey, and who's gonna pay? What is it now, honey?
449.
Yeah, who's gonna pay $450,000?
Taekwondo.
And I guess another realtor showed it over the weekend, but Debbie said they didn't like the location.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Sorry.
Yeah. I mean.
Keep talking, I can hear.
Well, I'm just trying to put my thoughts together. I'm still tired. The association fee's so much. It's like almost $800.
They what, honey?
The association fee is like $7.
Well, that's because it's 2
$32.
condos.
Right. It's 3,000 square feet.
You pay, always
So-
remember in condos, you pay by the square footage you own.
Yeah. But I mean, people see the price and then they see the association fee and they're like, I mean, between taxes and association fee, that's my mortgage.
Well,
Just those 2 fees.
I know, baby. But remember now, my Timberwoods villa,
Uh-huh.
smaller than my Boulevard condo, nobody believes me,
Yeah.
is $475 a month
Right. Right.
for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath.
Right.
Less than 1,000 square feet.
It's that place is pretty cool with the 2 wraparound porches right on the golf course. I mean, like,
Right, and you get 2 garages.
yeah. I mean, it's a nice place, but I would say she needs to drop it at least $50,000. If they went $299, there was a 3-bedroom in there that sold for $250. So I think $299 is probably too low.
Okay, let's say $350.
Yeah.
Because the other problem is it's stairs, there's no elevator.
Well, the Friday we did an open house and
Yeah.
we had somebody that was interested, but there was weird stairs. Like they wanted to move.
I got a chair for you, honey.
They wanted to move the mother-in-law in, and there's a downstairs bedroom, which is great, but there's like a weird, like one stair right by the bedroom, and then to get in the living room, there's 2 like really narrow stairs And they're like, she would fall every time she tried to go down these
Right.
stairs.
And then Linda told me, because she, broke her foot, that when you go upstairs, there's no railing at the top.
Half
landing.
of it has a railing.
Yeah. Could you see me trying to get up there?
Now.
Okay, I just want a little commercial announcement before we begin. I just got this email at 20 to 9. It's from the postcard company, RSP. They belong to the board. And this morning they said I have 3 postcards to mail out for sold. And right here is, you can also contact us, blah, blah, blah. Do you want me to click so you can see what a postcard looks like? RSP, anybody have any interest? Or do you just want the number for RSP?
You have one right there, don't you? Isn't that one of your postcards?
I don't know, honey. Everything gets moved around.
Right here. Yeah, this is one of them.
Okay, do you want the phone number, my friend? 800 298 1918. And here's their email address. Postcard admin, ADMIN, at rspppro.com. Now, please remember, all I did was click. I don't design this, I don't make it, I don't send them nothing. They know every time I have a sale or a new listing.
It's really nice when somebody, like my listing that sold, somebody finally took one of my postcards and checked the price of their home off the little link on there.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll call you to tell you, hey, somebody checked, this is the demographics that we know, give them
Right.
a call, shoot them an email, whatever.
Right, and this one says, this is so Debbie, and I didn't even do it. Sold, but I have others, called today.
Mm-hmm.
And they have all the interior shots in there, and then I just click OK. Now, how many am I going to order? Where am I going to order? You get to pick that.
Do they have a website?
I just gave it to you.
What's that?
Hey, I'm rested up today, Missy. You ain't tricking this old broad. Okay, ready? Postcard, ADMIN, admin, at RSPPRO.
No, I mean website. Not
That's an email, yeah.
Yeah.
Website.
Oh, I don't know their website. honey.
I'll get it for you.
Okay.
Okay, so
I was with you. I'm like,
I'm sorry, kids. If you're
Okay.
thinking about getting your name out there, they also have marketing cards. You know, we just got through the Labor Day thing. They had 4th of July. They're going to have Halloween. They're going to have all that crap. We got to get back to basics. If you're not getting your information out on the street, you're screwed.
Oh, thank you.
I was just about to say that.
Yes.
Based off template right
RSP.
This is for Rhonda's birthday, which was yesterday.
And they also, when somebody looks, uses the link to
Oh,
check
yeah,
the
it's just-
value of their home, they also
Oh,
automatically
okay.
send you an email. So you know that somebody's looking.
Thank you.
That way you know that that's a lead, that they're possibly interested in selling their property.
Right. And you say to me, how do you get your listings? Besides the dumpster, every time I get a listing or a sale, they get postcards. And this is the honest to God's truth. I have been called to people's properties, and they open the door and they have 6, 8, 10, 12 of my postcards. And they go, we only want you. You sell everything. When you sell that house, finally, you're going to send out a just sold postcard.
Yeah.
What you're trying to do is capture the neighborhood. And you ain't going to capture it until you've done something. But the beauty of this company is they prepare it, you can view it. If you're anal and you want to go in and pick different pictures and move them around and do whatever you want to do, I'm not a micromanager. I'm like, get it out in the streets. You can do all of those different things. And then you can go in and there'll be subdivisions listed. And you, like when I sell at Park and Starkey, they also want me to send to Bardmore. I sent to Bardmore for years, and one of our newer agents, 2 weeks ago, got a floor call. Jeremy, for Bardmore, the villas with the garage.
Hmm.
I think maybe those people had gotten my postcards and my calendar, but that's okay. The lady died and the daughter came in town. But the call came to the office but it went to the floor person. She listed it Friday for $225, sold it Saturday morning for $235 cash.
Wow.
So,
Is that the one Maury got?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yep.
Wow, that was fast. She probably loved that.
Yeah, well, it's been painful
Yeah.
because I had a lot of work to do there but that's all right. You got to learn.
Yeah.
But the business is out there. The multiple offers are ceasing. Thank God. And the best news for us is more people are deciding to list. So now more than ever, I don't want to see you walking around with your head down. Oh, I can't get a listing. Nobody's going to list it. I'm a market. When somebody tells me no, I fight harder because I'm going to get it. All right, this morning for you, before we start my show, I gave you some paperwork. The first one is seller's pre-listing worksheet. If you don't know the answers to these questions, do not go to the house. First of all, we need to know who owns the property. So many times, especially on Mondays, I get a disgruntled girlfriend that calls that fought with her boyfriend all weekend. And she calls up and she goes, I want somebody over here today. I want to sell this house. And I go, gee, that's great. What's the address? Now, she's not going to know the subdivision name, but I am. But when I go back and I look in Realist, guess what, my friends? Her name ain't on the house. So I'll call her back and I go, Sally, I don't see your name here on title. It's in John. I don't care what it says in public records. I've lived with that idiot for 7 years, and I'm entitled to half this house. Well, Pumpkin, you're not entitled to anything. So you see, we know too much, and we assume that the sellers know what we know. They don't know what we know. It's very, very, very educational. Okay. How many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, garage, pool. Now in the property that I'm going to talk to you about today, her friend told me she had a pool. I'm like so excited. So when I called up the owner of the property, I said, is that pool in ground or above? And she said above. So right in my brain I went, 0. You know that an appraiser will give no credit for an above ground pool. She goes, I know, but I got a deck. I said, that's great. You know, the whole property is fenced in with new PVC fencing. That's great. But I can't give her 20 grand on her price for a pool because her pool is worth what? Zip. An appraiser will not give credit for anything that can be removed. Waterfront. This property is waterfront, but it's on some lake in Pinellas Park off of 94th. It looks like a pond to me. So yes, she's on the water. What is the value of that pond? Boat lift? No. Dock? No. Davits? No. Alligators? Yes. Lots of gators in there. Now, I did ask her, I said, well now, because over in Kansas City on Lake Charles, they have put pipes from the lake into their backyard. And they've tapped in for irrigation. So I said, oh, by any chance, can you get irrigation from that? So all these things that you and I would think are pluses, they're not really pluses, right? Okay. Current payoff of existing mortgage. Well, last week she told me her mortgage was $119. Then I got there yesterday. This is like the nightmare from hell. And she said, oh, by the way, I forgot I have another mortgage. It was one of those first-time home buyer things that I think is forgiven in 5 years. But I don't know. And so I asked her, And she said, I don't know. There's a lot of I don't knowing going on there. So I gave her today for homework to call that company to see. So all I've heard about for 2 weeks from her friend is she's gotta sell, you gotta go there now. Well, now I've gone twice. And I'm afraid to go the third time because I feel like every time I go, there's another big elephant sitting in the corner. You see how you don't know until you talk? And then I ask her for any special upgrades or improvements. And then yesterday, she also told me that she needs a new flat roof. And she had a roofer out with this estimate, but she doesn't have any money. From Total Home Roofing. I don't think her house is saleable. Well, I won't know for sure until she finds out about this second mortgage, right? But you see, if you don't ask these questions, my friends. Now, an unexperienced agent would just list it. And then we would get a contract, and then, oh my God, what would happen? Ooh. All right. The other thing I gave you before, but I'm giving it again. Because I kind of feel like every day somebody says, I never got that. Seller interview. When Linda says you have a call on line 1, when somebody calls my phone and they say, I wanna. These questions are now embedded into my brain. What's left in there. They're not embedded into your brain yet. So you're gonna need these on your clipboard. And your clipboard is gonna become now as important as your cellular device. So that you can what? You always know where your stuff is. So that you can start writing. Over the weekend, somebody called me, a customer, and they wanted me to write something down, and they said, are you ready? I said, of course I'm ready. I'm always ready. I have a legal pad on my porch, I have a legal pad in my kitchen, I have a legal pad in my bedroom. So that whenever I answer this stupid phone, because I hate cell phones, because now we're 24/7, I said to somebody over the weekend, you know, I'm not an ATM machine. I do get to go to the bathroom. I do get to go to the dumpster, right? But wherever I am, when they say, am I ready? Hi, Caesar, you look a little tired today.
Yeah, maybe. I'm okay.
You were working all weekend?
No, well, not yesterday.
Okay, good. You were playing all weekend yesterday. I want to be ready to immediately write down. And I don't know how you folks are, but I have to write it. If I don't write it, yeah. I mean, I'll say, oh, I can remember that in 10 minutes. And then I go, what time did I say I'd be there Sunday? Okay, write it down. So, seller interview. Hi. I would like to sell my mom's condo. Great. I'd love to have the opportunity to see that. What is your time frame? And a lot of them say, well, we're not going to move for 5 years. But we want you to come over and tell us what our house is worth today. Now, I'm probably going to tell them I can't come today because I probably have more important money-making tasks. But I'll say, how about Wednesday at 2? Because I don't want to lose them. You see what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to go over and I'm going to tell them what I think their home would be this week. But I can't tell them what it's going to be in what? In 5 years. But remember, every conversation is a contact, and every contact is eventually a listing contract or a sales contract. So I guess it's that old thing, we don't want to burn our bridges. You know, like I used to say to my mother, I hate that person. Well, now, Deborah, you shouldn't say that. You know, don't burn your bridges. Someday you might need something from that person. All right. Where are you planning to relocate? Why do I ask them that? Because I want to be able to refer them to another realtor somewhere else so that I can get a 25% referral fee off the purchase of their new home in North Carolina, in Oklahoma, in Pittsburgh. Got it? Jeremy, Steelers.
Hell of a game.
Hell of a game.
Hell of a game.
Okay. So, I know there were so many football games yesterday, I didn't even know what channel to put on. Alrighty dighty. Now, referrals. Let's have a little commercial about that. You do not, N-O-T, not, have to refer to another Century 21. Because let's take a look at Enterprise, Alabama. Population is 500. They have a Century 21. It's about 700 square feet. And it's a bunch of old men that take floor time, that have on a white shirt that doesn't button. And they bring donuts every day, apple fritters. And they sit in the up room. And a lot of offices, the call's going to go to the floor person. But that floor person has powdered sugar all over his shirt and his stomach sticking out. I want to pick the person I'm giving my customer to. Now, where I'm from, there is no Century 21. There's no Remax. There's no Charles Rutenberg. Well, I've told you this. There's no McDonald's. There's no Burger King.
Where you come from?
A little town of 1,400 people in the heart of the Allegheny National Mountains. There's no Starbucks.
Nowhere, Pennsylvania.
Nowhere, Pennsylvania. Every time I go home, I get a Starbucks on the plane, and I go, this is the last one I'll have for the next 2 weeks, okay? So, how do I find a rock star? You Google everything in your life. You stalk Facebook. Like detectives. The first thing I do is I go into Realtor.com and I'm going to put in Ridgeway, Pennsylvania. And I'm going to see who pops up. And I already know who's going to pop up because it's one of my best friends from school. And she works for a real estate company. Now this is going to blow your minds. It's called Anderson and Kime Insurance and Realty. And 100 years ago, Mr. Anderson and Mr. Kime got an insurance license. And that was the only place we had insurance. We didn't have State Farm, we didn't have Progressive, we didn't have, certainly, Geico. So, they were grandfathered in my little country town to become realtors. And that's the only real estate company there is in a 50-mile radius. So obviously, if you wanted to refer something to my geographical neck of the woods, we have a lot of elk. Lots of elk. It's called Elk County. We have lots of bears. We have lots of deer. But we don't have any. We have a Dollar General. So if you forget to take something to my mom's, you're going to be shopping at the Dollar General. All right. So I'm going to contact that agent. Her name is Christy Elia. I go, hey, Christy, you're not going to believe this. Somebody wants to move to our neck of the woods. I go, 25% referral fee to me. She goes, I got it. And her and I just do the paperwork. Right now, another couple from my hometown, believe this or not, there's a lot of powdered metallurgy plants there. You know, they make parts for washers and dryers and stuff. Well, they retired, and my friend Christy from the town of 1,400 people referred me this other couple who are paying $1,500,000 for a house. Cash. And Christy goes, I want a referral on this one. I go, honey, I got you covered, okay? So, please, you find the rock star in that geographical area. And you don't have to go to Century 21. Not everybody has a Century 21. And if they do, like in Enterprise, Alabama, you wouldn't want them servicing your customer. Now, when you send somebody a referral, you're going to follow up. My friend Christy is so funny because she already knows everything I've done with these people. She goes, oh, I know you took them to Apollo Beach 2 weeks ago. Oh, I know you did this. I know you did that. And I said, yeah, she goes, don't even tell me. I know the husband is very picky. See, the wife wants to be in Pinellas, but the husband wants new construction. He doesn't want to go into anything over 5 years old. And I keep trying to tell the wife, look at these houses. They've been gutted. But our water is so much better here. The one she sent me last week is on the Manatee River, new construction. I said, Kim, I have never spent time on the water in the Manatee River. I mean, I left here and I sailed to the Keys, but I didn't go in the Manatee River. And I said, I don't really know the access from this location on the Manatee River for you to get out to boat. So you might want to Google that. But she is calling my friend in my hometown every week and telling her everything. It's communication. Here we go again. If I didn't send you a schedule and tell you what we were doing, if I didn't talk to you when you got here, hi babe, if I just clicked a button and made you sit here and watch TV like Sesame Street for a 3-year-old, would you be engaged? Would you be here? No. Everything we do, we have to communicate. Okay. Have you made any improvements to your home? The age of the roof? I asked that ding-a-ling. She goes, oh yeah, I had a roofer out here. I'll give you the stuff when you come. I looked at that yesterday and I went, oh. Thanks. All right. Upgrades to the electrical panel. She does, my friends, have a brand new electrical panel that I have a picture of my phone from yesterday. Upgrades to the kitchen, the bath, windows. So then I say, here you go, kids. Let me do some research and I will see you this evening between 7 and 7:30. Am I going to be there at 7:30? No. Am I going to be there at 7:15? Hi, babe. No, I'm going to be there at 7. And I like to get there early because I have to get all my stuff organized in the car. And then I'm ready to go in. I'm basically being invited. It's like going for coffee and cake. It's like, oh, speaking of cake, those cookies were so good from Peru. I think I ate the whole box.
Mhm.
Yeah, I gave Anna one and Debbie Levatino one, but I had to eat the rest. Okay, so I want to have time to sit in the car for 5 minutes, get myself together, look at all my papers. Her and I are like obsessive compulsive wackos. We got to look at every piece of paper 50 times. All right. Now, this is still in the afternoon. Then I'm going to go to Realist. Realist, my favorite thing. And you know, this does a CMA for you. You know that, right? It has the subject property with all of the comparables. So I put this on my clipboard and I get in my car and I go drive around. The other reason I like this Realist thingy dingy is in the back, see there's the lake, whatever that lake is called, I don't know. It's on Park Lake Drive, so maybe it's called Park Lake, I don't know. But in this, it has all the stuff that's nearby. It has, here's an Asian restaurant, 8730 49th, 50.59 of a mile to get there. Here is, if I get a broken nose, Rhino Medical Management, Hamilton Entertainment. All this stuff is right by, so you know. And then it does all these nice little pie charts for you. Pretty cool, huh? Okie dokie. So when I go out for my ride, I'm going to drive by the subject property and the other properties. Her job this last week was to chop all the bushes. I couldn't even get into the front door. It was filthy, nasty, messy. I made her chop all the bushes so that I could see the front of the house. She goes, do I really have to do this? I go, you really do. Okay. Look at the active, the pending, and the recent solds in a mile radius. You know how to do that. And while I'm back at that computer, I look at every listing that's active, pending, and sold. By look, I mean look at those pics. Because that's going to set my price point, right? Then when I get to the home, I look at the electrical panel, I look under the sinks, I look around outside at the roof line, around the windows. Remember, condition increases price. And always, 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 the only thing you have to remember is you need to compare an apple and an apple. This house was built, I don't know, in the 70s or something. If there's a new construction within a mile, can I compare it? No. For those of you that know Pinellas Park, 94 still has some of the old farmsteads. Beautiful, beautiful houses with beautiful, beautiful horses and fields and pastures. And yesterday when I was going back out, I kept pumping the brakes looking at all those houses. Now, I can't compare her little 2-1 to those beautiful farmsteads, can I? No. But if you don't visually do the drive-by, you're not going to be able to make yourself be successful. So, the other thing, I know I taught you this before, I think. You have to do some listing plan of action. And if they won't sign with me that day, the only thing I leave is my business card.
Sorry.
I'm not going to leave my marketing plan. I'm not going to leave the public records. I'm not going to leave any pricing information that I have done. Because why? Because they're going to take my work that I did, and when the other realtor comes, they're going to use my stuff against the other realtor, right? They get a business card. I am not going to leave that house until I can close them as many times as possible. And they're always going to say, well, we have 6 other realtors coming. Oh, I love that. I go, well, gee, that's great. But why do you think you need 6 other people coming here? Well, you know, we need to find out the best price. We need to find out blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, obviously I haven't done my job because I haven't answered all the questions for you. So let's go back and answer more questions. And if I still can't get him to sign, then I look him in the eye. And I go, Mary, Tom, what is it going to take for you to sign these papers today so I can get to work? And I can tell there's something in there. See his head? I go, Tom, what is it? Tell me. Are you really holding you back from?
Yeah, I told you, I want to get the best price for my house.
I said, Tom, I just showed you.
Yeah, but I want to hear other people.
Well, why do you want to hear from other people?
Maybe they know something that you don't know.
Oh, they don't.
Oh, well, let me find out.
Okay. You see, I've got to get him. See, I could tell his brain was right, and I have to disarm him. Now, she was in a little bit better posture. You know, her hands were here and she was smiling. Her eyes were twinkling. But his brain was going 90 flipping miles an hour, right? The most important thing you all need to know is body language. Look in their eyes. He's okay right now. She's okay right now. Oh, he's getting there now. See? When I look in their eyes, and I can tell they're troubled. And yesterday, when I was trying to get through this paperwork with this lady, and then she said, oh, I forgot to tell you something. This is after I already did her net sheet. I went, what? Oh, I forgot I got that first-time home buyers thing. There's another $20,000. I didn't know what to say. And I said, well, how long is that for? She said 5 years. I said, well, how long has it been? She said, I think 5 years. Well, I just put my pen down, had some water, and I said, Linda, I think you better be calling those people tomorrow. Because I am not going to put this in MLS. If what? Now instead of owing 119, she owes 139. And she needs to have enough money to buy something else. So at 119, I was trying to get her 78 grand to buy a little condo. But I don't even know when that other 20,000 will be released from the first time home buyers program. Oh, and that's a term you all love to use. You know, you think you're saying to Debbie Sundow, Starbucks and Gardelli chocolates in one sentence. Well, you know, they're going to do the first time home buyers. I go, what does that mean? Well, you know, it's first time home buyers. I go, no, I don't. Because see, you don't know what the penalties are. I don't even know if she can sell. I don't know. She's never made a payment on that 20 grand. So is Pinellas County first time home buyer going to forgive it? I don't know. But I don't have a dog in that fight. I am not calling and trying to go through all that banana splits, because that's something she did 5 years ago. And she should have never been up my butt for the last 3 weeks about, I got to get my house on the market, I got to get my house on the market. Because every time I go there, it's another big whammy-dammy issue. Okay, before we do my little walk-around toury thing, so far from what I've said this morning, anybody have any questions to get to this point so far? You're all good? And here's the thing. You gotta want it. If you want it, you'll get it. Thursday afternoon, I had my last closing. I didn't know this till I came in here Saturday and did my MLS, whatever that thing was. And I saw my jazz on the screen. I've had 16 closings so far this year. Didn't know that, because I've been too damn busy. And so Friday I got up and I said, I'm out of business. Yay. Yay. No listings, no contracts. Friday and Saturday were just wonderful. I didn't have any real estate calls except new agents. And I said, oh my God, I feel so good. I want at least 2 weeks off. We're allowed. And then, of course, yesterday afternoon, this one calls. Are we going to sign the papers today? I said, oh, I thought you were working today. No, I worked yesterday. I said, okay, let me put some makeup on. I'm on my way. And it's still not ready to list for the reasons I just explained to you. And is that my fault? No, it's her fault, because she never tells me all the issues that she should be telling me, right? All right. So I don't care what you take. You just have to take what makes you feel comfortable. But remember, you have to have a net sheet with you, because what does the seller care about?
How much they made?
Yep. What am I going to get?
That can be your line, you know. How about you want to make this much money on your property?
Right.
And then, oh, that sounds good. And then they don't care about the rest.
Mm-mm. In the olden days, I was trained by Greeks. A Greek man drove me to Orlando to get my real estate license. I was managing a shopping center for him, because see, you can work for owners of properties and not have a license. Oh, my Greeks. They were all old. Loved them. Except I didn't like that whole fish in the pan with the eye staring at me.
Oh,
No.
I love it.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's-
Yeah, I ate a couple of those.
Well, I could now, but you know, this
Oh.
was, and they have a big house on Park Street that someday I'll get to sell right before Pasadena. And his name was George Chongris. And every time I go down to see George, he'd be standing in the kitchen with the frying pan with the big fish, and all I could see was the eye, like, oh crap. But anyway, those old Greek guys. And all he said was, Jesus Christ. And I said, okay, George. I didn't know what I was doing. He said, I don't care what you sell this for. You do whatever you do. The day it closes, all I want, Deborah, $100,000. I said, well, you know, I was so new and so dumb. I said, well, George, don't you think we should sit down and talk about the price? He goes, I don't care about the price. Jesus Christ. I just told you that. And he's flipping the fish. He said, the day we close, you give me $100,000. I said, okay, George, thanks. Let me go back and work on this. I'm driving back to 501 First Avenue North where my office was from Pasadena. I'm like, I don't even know what he's talking about. So I walk in, this old man worked there, and I said, hey, Dale. I said, one of my Greek guys doesn't care what I sell his house for. He just wants $100,000. So, you know, he's all, you know, smart and commercial and scumminess. And he goes, well, that's called a net listing. I said, oh, great, okay. So now my seller wants $100,000. The guy in my office, who's all that in a bag of chips, says that's a net listing. And I still got nothing. Now here was the problem back then, my darlings. We didn't have Google.
You guys still use the Abacus, right? Back then? Sorry, it was Greek. Abacus. You guys
I know.
You know what an abacus is?
Oh,
It's the thing with the little wires. You have
we
to
had
move
those
the,
in
the
kindergarten.
stones back and forth to count.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Here's 10.
Oh, I see.
You move it over.
Yeah. Okay,
So
and
calculator.
the Greek
It
men,
was way before calculators.
Jeremy, is this true or false? They always took the
Probably.
back of a receipt.
My grandfather used to have them pinned up on
And-
the wall every place.
They would calculate millions of dollars. And they write this big. And the whole page is full of numbers. The other one is Ernest Theodore, his best friend George Trumbull. And they go, you take this back and you work on this. I go, okay, thanks. This means it. So, I got my real estate book out. Now, when we went to real estate school, we had 6 binders this big. And they all lived under my bed. You know, the big 3-ring monkeys. So I go in my room and I'm pulling them out one at a time and I'm trying to find net listing. So then I thought, well, let me ask my broker, because my broker should know, right? Because she's the broker.
Mhm.
And she said, I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah. So finally, now I'm like, oh my God, I got to get back to George Congress. He's going to make me go over there and eat another fish in the pan with the eye staring at me. And so finally, I called another real estate company. It was called Turtello Brothers. That was their name, Turtello. They were down by Home Goods on 66th Street, and they were smart. It was the daddy, the 2 brothers. Do you remember them? Mm-hmm. And so I called up and I got one of the brothers and I said, hi, this is Debbie Sundown. He said, hi, Deb, how's it going? I said, oh, I'm in trouble. I don't know what a net listing is. He said, well, honey, let me explain it to you really quick. You list the property for whatever it'll sell for. After the buyer's expenses,
Closing costs.
his closing costs, what we do on the net sheet, you got to get him $100,000. I said, oh, okay, I can do that, thanks. But you see, back then we had to rely on other people. We didn't have Google. We finally got MLS on a computer. It was DOS. And it was all,
DOS. Yeah, I remember
it was all just
that.
characters. There was no pictures. There was no,
In green, like black screen. Wow.
yeah. Yeah. So you all have come a long way. I think it's all good, but you still have to stay humble. You have to remember that power is knowledge, and you got to go to a place to get the power. Last week, somebody asked me about commercial real estate. Go see Bill Watanabe if you have any desire to do anything in commercial real estate. Always remember, we all put our pants on the same way, one leg at a time. I've tried when I was younger. I thought, I'm just going to put these on the floor and jump and see if I can do it. It didn't work so good for me. So don't be afraid when you don't know something. You will find it. But see, I love the challenge. And because of George Chongris with the fish in the pan, and then he used to say to me, see, when the eye's clear, it's good. I went, oh yeah, it's good. Okay, it's good. Good, good, good. And then I didn't know what he was going to do with it. And then he just takes the pan and slides it on a plate and says, sit down. I'm like, oh God, I don't know how to do this. Thank God he gave me wine. Wine gets everything down better, right? So make it fun. Everywhere I go, this is going to be a new adventure. It's a learning process. I love to go to people's homes because I learn so much about them. And there's 2 dogs there. The one dog loves me, of course. And, I'm not a dog girl. So now the owner showed me the cabinet where the dog cookies are. So every 20 minutes, the dog has its face in my lap and it's coming up from under the table. She goes, she wants more cookies. I'm like, well, thank you. Told me where the cookies are, so when I come here, I can feed the dog, right? But I always say, got to kiss the babies and hug the old ladies. And it's all about personalization. If you're not a hugger, you better learn to hug. Right, Jer? In COVID, we couldn't. If one more person put their elbow in my face, I'm like, yeah, we got it. And I have to say, I love their dogs. They don't like dogs at all the same way. I got mauled by a pit bull. Spent hours in the emergency room. So I'm like, oh, pretty, nice dog. And yesterday, they both had their butts on my feet sleeping under the dining room table. Why me? Why me? But I think they sense that I'm scared. It's not that I don't like them. I'm just very scared that I'll get hurt. Okay. Are y'all good now? Now, remember this piece of paper. Just think tomorrow I'll be able to see out of one eye. Maybe. Okay, this is page 7 of 13. This is the page that you gotta have hooked to your Clippy board. And you have to have some measuring device. You can have a laser, it can be electronic, you can do it on your phone. I don't care what you do. But yesterday when I walked in there with this on here, and this was blank, and I had this, and I had my cell phone charged, because I was gonna have to do what? Take pictures, right? And when she let me in the door, she went, oh my God, we're gonna really work today. I said, yes, we are. And see how I'm going to get that listing? Caesar, I'm going to stay at your house till you pick me. What is it going to take for you to sign with me today? Now, my other thing right now is these other real estate companies. You know the a la carte? We'll sell your house for $1,200. We'll sell your house for $1,500. Photos are $750. A lockbox is $250. A sign is $200. An open house is $500. It goes on and on and on. Well, if my seller who doesn't want to sign with me today says, well, we have somebody else that is only going to charge us $1,500. I said, I'm so glad you brought that up. Do you have that paperwork? Do you know what a sign's going to cost you? No. Do you know what photos are going to cost you? No. By the time they a la carte themselves, this is Ruth Chris, it's going to be more than a 6% brokerage fee. Because we do all that for no money. Because we get our money when? In the end. And so he goes, well, and then she goes, well, I told you, dummy. You didn't read all that paperwork. She goes, I'm going to go get that right now. So she brings it out and we start going through the a la carte price list. And the poor husband goes, oh, Mary, I guess I should have looked at that. And so now, close. Let's sign and get started. See, you can't get it signed if you don't know what their objectives are. But if you're too scared to ask, you're going to lose. Now, I don't go there with the assumption I'm getting a listing today. I go there with the hope and the prayer that I will be able to have them open up and talk to me. And of course, because I'm a crazy Catholic girl in my car. There's holy cards and a crucifix. And every time I get out of the car, I rub them. And I go, okay, thank you, Jesus, here I go. But maybe we don't connect. Maybe we don't get along. And that's okay. You don't have to date anybody you don't want to date, remember? Okay. I just got to show you one thing and then I'm going to get up and walk around. I got to show you my super duper new electrical panel. This is all I got. Monica, you just sent me more money. Why?
For Plex.
Again?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Thanks, honey.
We took another 50 with
I never know what's going on. Look at this. Look at this, my friends. Do you need to go to the eye doctor with me tomorrow, babe?
Ah. Yeah, that's why I have these.
Monica, look what I got.
Hi, so.
Oh my God. That's the only good thing I got. Okay. Now I don't need this. I'm like, why is Monica sending me money?
How do you know that the bad one looks like? Because all I ever seen is like that.
Well, God bless you.
All I ever seen is like that. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, honey. You should see some of the old ones. They're this big. Yeah, that's the first thing I do is I say, can I go to your garage? Choo, choo, choo. And look at your electrical panel. Thanks. Okay? Because that's going to be a big issue. Now you remember those two words, Caesar, my friend. If it's Zinsco with a Z, or it's Federal Pacific with an F, and it's in a single family home, no can do. They're not insurable. They will have to be replaced. Oh wow, yeah.
Which one?
repeat
Can
that?
you say that again?
Federal Pacific and Zinsco. Sylvania?
They're made by Zinsco.
Oh,
So
it's
This is
Sylvania.
good or this is not good?
That's not good.
This is not
Those
good.
two are not good, baby. Don't.
How often do you encounter this?
Well, baby, those panels are from houses from the 60s, 70s.
67, okay.
Yeah. You okay, Joe?
tired.
Did you party last night?
No, my parents came up to watch the Steelers game. I only got 4 hours of sleep Saturday night, and then our dog wasn't doing well, so we were up until like midnight with her. So yeah, it was worth it though. Other than the dog being sick,
I know. Jeremy's dog is.
knocking on heaven's door.
One, two, three. Okay, y'all just stay there for a minute. Do you two want to be the owners?
Sure.
When I knock, will you let me in?
Sure. Maybe.
Maybe I don't want to come in after you. Hi, Dr. Brown.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Mrs.
Honey,
Brown.
who is that?
Hi, I'm Debbie, that real estate champion. I came to see you today, remember? Okay, what I'd like to do is I'd like to start out with the 50-cent tour. Could you give me a tour of your home so I know what we have going on?
Sure.
Okay, up. Up. So this is, we're gonna say this is what? Living room? Yeah. Okay, what a lovely living room. It's so nice and bright. I love these custom shutters.
Are they in the shot?
And what?
Just make sure you're in the shot.
And in the living room, the flooring is marble. So we got that, okay?
Absolutely.
Okay, take me through the
Yeah.
rest.
We paid an arm and a leg for these floors.
I'm sure you
I
did. They're
want all the
lovely.
money for it.
You're gonna get all the money. You're gonna get all the money for those floors I can get you.
Let me fall.
This is our seating area.
Okay.
antique furniture from
You're
my
taking
grandmother.
You're taking that.
Well, if they want it, maybe.
Okay. And this flooring is the same marble?
Yes, of course.
Okay, good. And this is called the seating room,
Mm-hmm.
and this is marble.
Yep.
Okay, let's go. Let's keep going. Give me the tour. We have to go around the circle. We got to find a bathroom.
Okay, bathroom.
Don't worry, this will be on the if you want to watch it later.
Can this be our bathroom?
Sure.
Yeah.
This is the hall bath, half bath.
Yes, I told my husband that this cabinet wouldn't fit, but he made it fit anyways. Isn't this great?
No, we're gonna have to fix that, I think.
I told you.
Right.
I told you.
Okay, so I'm gonna go in the bathroom.
Stick around here.
Oh, the shower's lovely. I'm gonna turn on the water. I'm gonna look under the sinks to make sure there's no leaks and all that stuff. We're just gonna have to do a little adjustment to this, my friend. We're gonna have to cut it down or do something. Okay, let's go to the kitchen.
All right.
You guys would be YouTube stars now.
Hi, YouTube.
Hi, Scotty. How are you?
I guess we could use the real bathroom.
Yeah, there you go. This is an awesome kitchen.
Oh my gosh,
This is a
beautiful.
huge kitchen. We love it.
Recently
Custom.
upgraded.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Top of the line appliances. You know, nothing but the best.
No. Everything looks pretty good. And I bet this is where we put the hot water tank. Look at this.
It's like
Now,
she's
I'm
done this
noticing
before.
on your hot water tank, there's not a pressure relief valve that is required now. So I'm gonna make a note of that and we're gonna have to install that. That's a thing that the plumber puts on the top so that if your hot water tank blows, it doesn't squirt all over. Oh, and this must be the master.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's lovely. And what kind of flooring is this?
This is I don't know, some fancy wood floor that he picked out.
Is it wood or laminate? Wood. Beautiful. I love the built-ins.
And this wallpaper is amazing, right?
Oh, it's gorgeous. And now we get to all the bedrooms. I guess this is guest bedroom 1.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Spacious, nice. Nice flooring. 2. So you have 4 bedrooms, 3 guest rooms and the master.
That's correct.
Oh, the organization in there is beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. All right, let's go sit down and talk.
All right.
Now, I didn't measure the rooms yet because they haven't committed.
Why don't you guys
But
get by?
I looked under the sinks.
You did
I looked in the
amazing.
bathrooms. I looked under the kitchen sink. The hot water tank does not have a pressure relief valve. So I pointed that out to them. The we forgot to look at an electrical panel, but you know what that looks like. There was one back there I should have opened. So always when I go in, I introduce myself and everybody just stands there like, we don't know what to do now.
Exactly.
So I say, let's take the tour. Could you give me the 50-cent tour? And sometime my old men say, you want the dollar tour? I go, oh, I want the dollar tour. But until I have sniffed it and seen it and walked through, I don't know what I got going on, right? If I don't see the house, I can't give you a price because I don't know what you have going on. But they have beautiful wood floors, they have marble, they have the wallpaper, and then he put a crazy cabinet in the bathroom that's doesn't fit right. But now I have things I can talk about. See, if I don't see it, I can't disarm the issues. Now, let's say that it was a Zinsco panel. And so I sit down and I go, Dr. and Mrs. Brown, I gotta tell you how this insurance business works now. The insurance industry will not insure a single family home with a Zinsco, Sylvania, or Federal Pacific panel. So, before we can get your home on the market, you're gonna have to have an electrician come out and change that. And then she's gonna say to me, well, we have insurance now, right? And I'm gonna say, yes, you do. But the insurance industry has changed. And the new buyer will not be able to obtain insurance. A commercial break for a second. Flood insurance. I know that all changed last week. Did any of you do any research? Wasn't there a place I could go to find out the new flood zones? Because I got this lake. I remember it was on MLS, but I was too crazy to. Okay. Then we have to talk about the flood insurance issue if it is a flood zone. I also told this seller yesterday, I said, you call the insurance company. You find out what flood zone it is now. I've got time. I'm trying to be out of business. So anyway, blah, 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 blah. So now I'm just gonna, hold on. And I say, well, I've done some research. Not those papers. And I would like to talk to you about the saleability of your home. And then I'm gonna say, I'm sure you know what's happening in your neighborhood. The house around the corner, and this would be in color, of course, just closed Thursday for 1.4 million. And she's gonna say to me, oh, I know, I was in that house. It was a dump. Don't they say that to you? Yeah, they didn't have the floors we do. They didn't have this. I said, I know. Now that I've seen your home, now I can visually compare it to that one. Then I go through the actives. And he goes, oh, I know that doctor. He's a pain in the butt. He did a terrible job when he bought that house. But I've already done what? At the office, I have looked at all of these online. And what I do usually is I print them in color, the photos, so that I can show him and I can show her. Because everybody knows their neighborhood, don't we? Oh, we know what everybody's done. But they're going to try to narc us out if we don't know what everybody's done. You got to know your product. So I share with them in living color the actives, the pendings, and the solds. And then she's going to say to me, well, there's 2 pendings across the street. Don't you know what those sold for? I said, no, I don't. I won't know what they sell for until they close. But I already have my information. I go, that one is closing September 18th, and that one is supposed to close September 30th. So you can be sure that I'll be watching. And the first time I went to this lady's house, I told her the pendings. And yesterday she did remember. She's not dumb. And she said to me, have those other ones closed yet? And I said, no, they haven't. See, you can't just get a phone call at 2 and say you're going to be there at 2:30. Oh my God. I mean, do you see? And you got to drive by. It could be the most beautiful house in the whole subdivision. Or it could be the one with no railings, a car up on cement blocks, and 4 dogs chained to a tree. The first time I went to this lady's house, I couldn't find it. And you know, the GPS kept saying, your destination is on the left. I'm like, where? There was no number on the mailbox, so I went all the way to the end. I came back, your destination is now on the right. I go, where? It was such a dump. I couldn't, she has house numbers above the front door. I couldn't have seen those with a telescope. Trees everywhere, all over. There's a carport. The carport was full of junk. Actually, I was in one of those moods. I was going to drive by and text her and tell her that I wasn't interested in marketing the sale of her home. And I was already so pissed off by the time I said, well, it must be this one. So I just pulled in the driveway and then you see this little number. And I looked around, I went, oh my God, if the outside is this bad. Yeah. What's the inside gonna be, right? So I knock on the door, I stand sideways. She opens the door and these 2 dogs are like,
Oh my God.
I'm like, hi puppies. I'm thinking, oh dear God, help me and save me. Well, then I just kind of made my way through to the dining room table that was a straight shot. And I put my stuff down and I said, hi Linda, let's take a tour. And this is the one I told you about 2 weeks ago. Her son had a girgirlfriend with a 3-year-old nonverbal child living in the shed.
Wow.
But it had internet and electric and air. And the girlfriend was out there with the 3-year-old, and she wanted to know if I wanted to go in the shed. I said, no, I'm good. No, I don't need to go in the shed today. By the time I got off that property the first time, I had to go directly to Starbucks and get a Trente mocha frappuccino, because I was like, oh, lordy. I didn't even know where to begin to process, okay? But you got to step back and you have to get a plan. And you got to try to figure out how to help these people, and if you want to take the job. And the only reason I'm committing to this woman is because her best friend is another one of my customers that I've already sold 3 properties to. And her best friend, Tina, who was there yesterday, said, isn't Debbie Sundell the best? Don't you just love her? And I'm looking at those 2 dogs on my feet going, oh my God. I go, girls, isn't this fun? This is going to be great. I got in the car again yesterday. I went, Sam's for gas and Starbucks for mocha frappuccino. So I can't really teach you what to say. The only thing I can teach you is you are going to want it so damn bad that you're not going to leave. Now see, he's smiling now. See his eyes? Before he was. It's all in the eyes, isn't it, Jer? It was in that fish eye.
You can eat the eye fish.
I can eat the fish eye?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it taste like?
Best part of the fish, I think.
Really?
I wouldn't say the best part, but it's good. I mean, you eat it.
It's not what you. I mean, I guess when you think it's the worst thing you're gonna eat, it's not so bad after a while. Then it tastes good. Yeah.
I might have to have a lot of butter and lemon on that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that we've gotten this far in this crazy debacle process, do you feel any better?
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
So with this house, what's your main point? You want them to kind of fix the house so you can put it back to market, or you just want to sell it like that because it can sell too?
No, the people have to be able to get in the door.
Oh, that's okay. That's your okay.
Because when I send Jeremy over there, he's going to call me up and he go, why didn't you tell me to bring a damn machete? You know why the outside is so important? Because today we live in this noochie society. They're going to drive by. And they ain't calling me if they need a machete to get in the front door. I didn't even know when I went there last week there was a carport. There is now, because she's cleaned all the stuff out. Just overwhelmed.
So but your goal is clean the house and put it presentable to sell. Okay.
Now, all the floors are laminate everywhere, including the laundry room. She does have an inside laundry room that's lovely. Except the bedrooms have carpet. Nasty, disgusting. But you know what? Am I going to make her take it out?
That's the most.
Well, because whoever buys it, and this is the thing about
anyway.
the sellers look at me and they go, I look a condo at Boulevard, and the lady smoked. They found her on Starkey last week in her pajamas with a purse full of money at 3 a.m. She didn't know where she lived.
Been there.
Speaking of dementia, 89 years old. Okay, so I got him all. So the sister-in-law wants to paint. She wants to put in new carpet. I said, why? Who wants carpet today? Nobody. So I said, let's just price it as is. Oh, Jesus Christ. Hey, honey, what's going on? Right. Yeah, honey, I'm teaching class right now. I don't have an exterminator, but I'll find one and I'll call you back later. Okay, thanks, honey. Bye. Now I'm the termite inspector. Anybody use a termite company?
My neighbor owns a termite business.
Who do you use, honey?
Oh, who's yours?
It's like anti-pesto, I think is what they call it.
Like spaghetti? Anti-pesto?
Well, no, that's pasta. Anti-pasta.
Oh,
it's like
well, I thought you put the pesto on the pasta.
You do. But I don't know the name of the
Antipasta is an appetizer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that too.
Yeah. It's anti-pesto. It's funny. They're good though. They've been in business for a long time. I'll give you the number. I don't know it off the top of my head.
You'll just send it to me.
Yeah, when I get home. They live right across the street from me.
Okay,
so-
where was I now in my mind?
So after this lady like spins you all over the place, right? Do you
Yeah.
have, and especially like starting off new, as you're developing that plan, do you have somebody like that you sit down and like brainstorm it with? Do you just take a step back, have your coffee, and then go at it? Like, what would your recommendation for us?
I would
be?
suggest that you brainstorm it, make some notes on your legal pad, and then sit down with me and show me the pictures, talk to me about the biggest objections. Now, you can't get too picky, like Catherine and I. I wanted to take a picture of the laundry room yesterday, which is huge, which is also her pantry. I said, you're gonna have to do a little organizing in here, right? People don't know. We all live with quirks. Except Catherine and I, because we are neat freaks. I don't even know what to say that would be something that if y'all came to my house today, I'd be embarrassed. I think I have everything pretty tidied up. I don't know. Let's say that you hang your towel every morning over the shower curtain bar, or you put your nightshirt on the doorknob. I don't know. That's not even that bad of stuff. This lady, bad stuff. But we have to show them that it has to be perfect all the time. You got to organize your pantry. Oh, if I took Catherine over there today, she'd be nuts. So I give them tasks because we got 3 seconds. When I opened that door to Dr. and Mrs. Brown's house, I had 3 seconds. And I looked at their eyes. I liked her because she had spunk. She had personality. She was going to be the live wire. She was going to call it out. He's so laid back, he doesn't care. I'm like, yeah, we'll get her done.
She's the boss.
Yeah, she's the wife. So anyway, yes, I would take pictures and let's sit down and talk it over. Yes, when I leave, I have to go to Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts because I'm like, I need a treat. I got to process this. It's overwhelming. I mean, I'm not going to go sit and tell Ruth. She doesn't care about my pig pen. But I think till you get comfortable. And here's the other thing. If you want me to go with you for another looky-see, now you never have to say who I am. Just say, oh, this is my crazy friend.
My assistant.
Yeah, she had a flat tire this morning. I'm taking her to get her car. I'm not going to be there looking over you like, oh, you ducky. I'm not going to wear my name badge. You're just taking me to get my car. Because we need that assurance. We need a little, and telling people that their house stinks like smoke. Yeah, she smokes in there. Her friend was smoking in there yesterday. And she goes, well, I usually smoke on the porch. I said, Linda, I've been here twice. Every single time I came, you're smoking at the dining room table. So this is going to have to cease and assist, once we get it live. Because buyers, they're cruel. I don't even open the door and they go, it's smelling like smoke in here. I said, well, let's get in. Buyers are so damn critical. And you know what's so funny? When I go to see their house, I go, you rascal, you live like a damn pig.
That's how I feel sometimes.
Yeah, and every house I take you in, it ain't good enough for you. And then I see where you live and how you live. You're a pig. And I don't call him a pig, but I call him out. I go, you need to be a little bit less picky. you know, this is a single mom. She has 6 kids. She's got to get everybody up in the morning and get them off to school. She's doing the best she can. And I love the people that can't make their bed appropriately. Now, I am so anal about this. Catherine. And I'm trying to tone it down. But I have to make my bed as soon as I get up, and it has to be perfect. And then when I go back in to decide what I'm wearing that day, I look at that bed again and I go, this isn't perfect right here. Now, nobody's in my house all day. Nobody lives with me. I don't even have any old animals anymore. The only thing in there is 4 orchids, and they don't come off the kitchen windowsill and go in and say, she didn't fix that bed right this morning. But I do have a conversation with my customers. It's got to be the best it can. Now, if I know it's a single mom and she's got 4 kids, and I know she's crazy. I have 4 orchids and I'm crazy. Okay, I can't imagine 4 kids. I will go early before showings. Oh yeah, I've been the one picking up the underwear, picking up the bath towels, washing the cereal bowls, and it's always the people that had kids. At the counter, there's 3/4 of a waffle, there's 3/4 of a pancake, and I go, damn, I wish I would have been here earlier. I would have eaten that for that little brat that wouldn't finish it before they go to school. But you got 3 seconds. That's why I love properties that are vacant. Then I only go over once a week and pick up a dead palmetto bug or 2. But that was a great question, honey. Yes, you must process it. And I didn't really process anything with this lady since yesterday at 5:30 until I came in here. And now I'm going to have to reach out to her today to find out, about the 20 grand.
How big is this house? How many square feet?
I have no clue. Oh, 880.
Oh, tiny.
How are you
That's
gonna get her in a condo with the 2 big dogs?
Well, I've already done that homework. There's 2 choices. Springwood Villas in Pinellas Park or Vendome Village.
Oh, okay.
I would like her to go to Vendome Village, but at Vendome Village, there's a land lease, which is $105 a month because the developer still owns the dirt, so that all of his bratty great-grandkids haven't worked a slap day in their life. And the monthly fee is $500 and some. So those 2 fees are going to be $610 a month. Whereas Springwood Villas, it's $347. Oh, I already had to do that party. I already had to find her somewhere to go with not uno, but dos doggies.
And how much are you planning to sell this house?
I'm thinking about $212. Oh, a flipper will buy it. It's already got a new piano. It's got a new kitchen. The kitchen shoots. The kitchen. Where's that clipboard?
It's underneath here. Right there. Your right hand.
At the bottom.
Oh, damn.
You put
Where's
the
my
paper right
measurements?
here.
The kitchen is 8 by 18. And it's got new cabinets and laminate floors and new appliances.
That's most of the house.
Laundry room is 7 by 9.
It's all kitchen and laundry room.
Yeah. The living room's 12 by 14. The living room is 12 by 10. The master bed is 9 by 12. The guest bedroom is 9 by 11. And the dining room's 12 by 10. So you open the front door and it goes straight through. Then there's a big porch out in the back, and that lovely above ground pool is over here, and that alligator home is out there. And I said, do you know the dimensions of the pool? She said, yeah. I said, please don't make me go out there today. But she did clean it up. So that's that story. But you know, what is somebody going to get for $212,000?
Are the comparables high? Like, if it's nice property, like everything.
Oh, something in there sold for $259. 900 and some square feet. But I think that one had an in-ground pool. See, if her pool was in-ground, 20 grand would go right on top. But you don't think I've had to drive around there? Thank God 94th has all the beautiful horse ranches. It takes time. Now, Boulevard where I live, I don't even have to go in, do I, Jeremy? I just go, have you replaced the AC? Have you replaced the hot water tank? What's the flooring?
No.
Bang, bang, it comes off the top of my head. But single family homes are harder, especially where we live because there's so many mixed. You know, just like I'm saying, 94th and Pinellas Park is beautiful ranches, but then on the north side, when you wheedle waddle back into these, it's 2-1 carport, 800 square feet. It looks bigger than 800 square feet because of the way it is. Well, it's kind of hard to tell because she has the living room walls are painted cranberry, the drapes are cranberry, and there's never a light on. And when I go in there, I need a miner's light on my head. Jeremy, I'm like,
Got the visual real quick.
do we have any lights in here? And you know me, I'm holding onto the walls. I got 2 dogs up my knees, but I don't have anything else to do right now. It's an adventure. Okay, anything else so far before we move on?
How do you find out? You said depending. How do you find out their settlement deed? Depending, say.
Well, it's in MLS.
Oh, it is.
Oh yeah, babe. Whenever a listing goes pending,
Mm-hmm.
it says expected closing date is listed right there.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Aren't you glad you came today?
Yeah. Learn something new every day.
One thing, you gotta learn one thing every day. So now, if we're all done and everything's groovy great, then I say, okie dokie, gotta go measure these rooms real quick. And so I put this thing on my clipboard, and off I went and measured all the rooms. And then her and her friend decided at 5:15 they were hungry and they were gonna make hamburgers. I said, gotta go, bye, because I had to get where?
When was the last time the house was sold?
I knew you were gonna ask me that.
No, so you can see if the
I'm
measurements and
gonna tell you.
Okay.
Right here, babe. 6/19 of 17.
Okay.
It's been there.
Oh, that's for 4 years, right?
So you can see their measurement and everything in the MLS too. All the
I could, but I don't copy any other realtor. Because you know why? Because if I copy another realtor's measurements and they're wrong, who's that come back on?
I know, but you always put in the remarks, just double check.
No, I don't.
Okay.
That's-
I see so many people.
I know, that's a new thing that came down the boardwalk.
You can save your ass with.
Yeah. Buyers should verify. Oh, don't be, you know what? Because they don't measure. And we know that we round down, we don't round up. I can't tell you if this kitchen was 8.2, 8.3 by 18 point something, but I put it 8 by 18. And of course it says in the contract, for the love of damn God, buyer to what? Verify everything by the appropriate agency, the person that holds the appropriate license. Buyer is to touch, feel, I don't care if they lick. I don't care what they do. If they want to lick on their inspection, go lick. I'll be out in the car waiting for you. But when they do what they wanted to do, they're what? Done. Done. Now, when I'm showing property, because the wife is always a pain in the butt, grandma's furniture, I have this with me. And she'll say, why are you taking that in? I said, because you know your grandma's beautiful antique furniture that came on the Mayflower. I know it's so special and important to you. So we're gonna measure that dining room to see if that buffet server's gonna fit. Now I just sucked up to her, didn't I? And you know what she says in her mind? I like that girl. Because I listened to her about her grandma's furniture.
Exactly.
And I knew when we did the tour, that bathroom cabinet that her husband put in, cattywampus, was making her nuts. And I called him out on it. I told him from hello that he's gonna have to what? And everybody laughed. I didn't do it nastily. But what am I there for? To get you the most money. Have y'all seen that commercial for WeatherTech? some guy had WeatherTech in his SUV, and he goes to a car lot, and you know the appraisers out there. Oh, see a little thing there. And then the owner of the car opens it up, and the slimy used car salesman goes, "Oh wow, this just increased in value. It's all WeatherTech. Look at that carpet under there. It's brand new." It's the exact same thing we're doing. We have to know what puts value, what's going to give that 3-second wow, right? And we're there to get them the best money. The situation at Boulevard needs paint, stinks, nasty, dirty, filthy carpet. The only thing it brings to the table is the air conditioner is 3 years old, the compressor and the air handler. That brings value. So you gotta know what brings value and what's good and what's bad, right? Okay, another question?
The roof.
The roof. The roof supposedly has to have 3 to 5 years of life. And if you can get a paper from a roofer that says that, you're gonna be a lot better to get through the process. And then we talked about this on Thursday, I think, the 4-point inspection, right? If you can get the seller to get a 4-point. And then that way you can attach it to the paperclip in MLS. And all these realtors that won't answer their phone, because they sure can get to the internet or text, then they can read the 4-point inspection online. Now that is something, honey, I put in Realtor Remarks. Do you know most realtors that I talk to don't know what the paperclip is? Or they don't know where it is? I said, it's in the paperclip. What? And you know, I look next door to the car at Park and Starkey that the girl's been texting, and I've sat through 2.5 red lights. And I go, I think that's the realtor I'm talking to. I have never beat my horn so much in my life as I have the last year. What, now think about this. When you're at a red light, what's your only damn job? Stare at the light, and when it turns green, go. Why do nobody go?
Because they're on their phone.
Because they're on their phone. And I'm beeping, 10 cars behind me are beeping, and I got the girl with the ponytail up here, and everybody's beeping and shit.
This really does bother Debbie.
Oh, it makes me
It
crazy.
really does.
I can control the grocery buggies because I can go in the parking lot and put them all back. You know, I can handle that. But people with one job at a red light, what is your job?
You have to go and George watches this guy on YouTube called the Cart Narc. He goes after people who don't put their carts back, and he puts a magnet on their car, and they stop.
I'm gonna put my
You have to
calendars
watch
on.
that. It's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many little things in life that it's our job. And what about when there's an ambulance or a fire truck and nobody tries to get out of the way? Where do you think they're gonna go? And I say to those people, I'm glad they're not going to scoop up my mother. You know,
Yeah.
it's crazy. Okay, anything else about not crazy? This is not an easy task. You got to get in there and you got to sniff it and you got to look at it and you got to start diagnosing. And if something's in there you don't know what it is, take a picture. Text it to me. And then we'll go from there. Okay, are we all good with today's adventure? Yes,
I have
babe.
a question.
Yes, honey.
So about that 4-point insurance things, if there is a AC, doesn't have AC.
The whole house has no AC?
Then it's not insurable. If there is no AC,
Does it have window units?
maybe not. I just set up to in the house where it's not was AC.
Well, somebody can buy it.
But not with insurance.
Oh, you don't have, the insurance has to be working.
They just want to make sure the AC works.
The AC
Okay,
works
but if there
for
is
the
no
insurance.
AC,
Yeah, then it doesn't matter. If there's no AC, there's nothing for them to
Yeah.
inspect. They want to make sure that it's not a fire hazard or something like that's in there.
okay.
That's what they're
So
inspecting.
it's still insurable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't take me to that house.
Yeah, me either.
Me either. I'll need my portable fan.
Yeah. My house gets to 77 and I start laying around with my no shirt on the floor trying to cool off. 77 is too warm for me. So no
76
AC.
is too warm for me.
Yeah. So
Okay.
No
No, I mean
AC,
if there's no heating and cooling, there's no heating and cooling. But it can't go FHA or VA because FHA and VA requires heat, even in Florida.
Oh.
We don't care if you die of a heat stroke. But in the winter, when it gets to 69, you can't freeze to death. Oh, come on, winter. I can't wait for 69.
I know. Right?
Oh, say that again.
Oh, okay. All right. Tomorrow is sales meeting, and then Linda's doing a birthday lunch for Rhonda. Her birthday was yesterday. Your fearless leader won't be here. Linda's doing the lunch, not I. So if you want to come and stay, if you want to come and go, or if you just want to come, that'll be happening, I believe, in this room at 12:30. Wednesday, I cannot drive. Sam, I am. So, Jeremy is going to be the organizer of the caravan. And your job is to come to Jeremy on Wednesday with something you want to go see, with the broker full printout, so that we can verify the showing instructions. Now, don't bring one that takes 24-hour notice. Okay? Now, I have to go back to the doctor Wednesday at 8. Depending on my condition, I might have Jeremy come and get me so I can ride with you all, but I just don't know what I'm going to be doing.
That's Wednesday. That's a field trip.
Yeah, field trip, you're going on Wednesday.
Okay.
But Jeremy has to be in charge. Thursday, I still can't drive. Ruth was supposed to come and get me, but now she's going away Thursday. So now, but I'll get here somehow. But Thursday I'll be here in the live. I just don't know about Wednesday, and tomorrow's definitely no. So, caravans are a blast. Jeremy knows everywhere. You know everywhere. I don't know what you have a burning desire to go to. If you want to go to a condo at Isla, if you want to go to Max.
$1 house by the beach.
You can go to a house by the beach, baby. You can go anywhere you want. You just bring in the broker full with the showing instructions highlighted.
But the thing is, the nicest one, they ask you to call 24 hours, you know.
So you're going to have to make that plan
Oh, I see.
so that when you get in here and Jeremy says, okay, we're leaving, that, you know, we can't wait 24 hours.
Not sure.
So you want us to meet here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that'd be
we
easy.
can wait 24 hours, but just sit in here like you're learning or Ruth will fire me.
Okay.
What? Okay, are y'all good?
I think so.
You don't have to pick me up tomorrow morning.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got my brother. Wednesday and Thursday, I'll let you know if I can get out.
Another story. Okay. Yeah. Let me know if it falls through.
If what falls through?
Your brother.
Oh,
If he's anything like my brother, yeah, you never know what's gonna happen.
don't worry about a thing, guys.
The car's okay?
Oh, my car's okay. I'm getting cataract surgery. This eye first, this one 2 weeks.
Ah, that's
So I can see.